What's up, guys? That Really Gross Guy here. We're back, and we're going to be doing another Riven Unveil today. And this one is a little bit abstract, and because of that, I'm currently going to be showing you a pretty specific way of pulling this this challenge off. So what it is killing 5 Dargyn pilots. I believe that's the way it's pronounced. 5 Dargyn pilots in the plains of Eidolon with a bow, also without receiving a single status effect. So because of that, I definitely am going to want to avoid any conflict with other soldiers as much as possible. And for me to pull off all 3 of these requirements, I'm going to be using Ivara. Now, I know that not everybody has Ivara. I highly suggest Ivara for this because she is, number one, she's a pretty solid frame in general. She's a great stealth frame, so I always suggest getting your hands on her regardless. But for this challenge specifically, her prowl ability is great because that allows her to stay invisible, basically as long as she has energy, which is pretty nice. That way, you want to avoid enemies, like I said, as much as possible. And the other reason why I'm using Ivara is because she has her navigator ability. So, if you don't have the requirement to use a bow, you could technically use other weapons. But if you want a surefire way to do this challenge, especially if you're using a bow, let's use Ivara, get that prowl ability up so you stay invisible. Then you want to utilize that navigator to guide that arrow to the Dargyn pilot as it is flying. The thing is, it does have to be a flying pilot. You can't just shoot one on the ground. I tried that and it didn't seem to work, unless for whatever reason it's been updated at this point. But I decided, number one, is to find a way to alert these pilots to your presence without them knowing where you are, or like I said, using your prowl ability, you could maybe alert them, have them jump on their little Dargyn flying thingies, and then take to the skies. And while you're in prowl, and then you use that navigator, guide that arrow to the flying pilot. Now, I'm personally using the lens just because the lens can do a significant amount of damage, especially because that initial hit will stick to the Dargyn pilot, whatever, and then that blast that follows up is, number one, it just does a significant amount of damage, and I found that it pretty much one-shots all of these enemies. So that's pretty much the best way to do it. You'll see that I do, I do manage to get these guys in one shot. I managed to prowl, get these guys going. The other thing I suggest is, in case you do miss a few times, because the lens doesn't have that much ammo, and you're trying to avoid conflict with the other enemies on the map, bring ammo pizzas. That way you don't have to go find some ammo on the map. So, as long as you're not finding ammo on the map, you're using those ammo pizzas, you're using a solid bow, you should be good to go as long as you're using this Ivara setup. If there is another way, if I find another way to do this without Ivara, for those of you who do not have her, I will try to unveil this Riven again if I find it. But I think that's going to be where I leave it, because yeah, I think this is a surefire way to do it for those of you who have Ivara, and hopefully this helped you guys. Also, do me a favor, if for whatever reason you have tried this way of doing things, and for whatever reason it just does not work anymore because of an update, please let me know in the comments so I can, refresh this video or remake this video to suit the necessary qualifications. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this helped. Good luck with those Rivens, and I'll see you guys again in the next episode. Blah!